Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is rejecting from this crucial area of resistance in the immediate short term, and this is happening just after we wiped out this exact level of liquidity over the last one day that was previously building above the price of Bitcoin, and we now have new liquidity building above the price of Bitcoin that we need to pay attention to. But while all of this has been happening, we've been continuing to see a dump in the short term in the US stock market, which is also not good news just in the short term here for Bitcoin and crypto, which I'll talk about in just a moment, alongside Ethereum, which is now retesting this crucial area, potentially about to break back to the downside below this latest breakout here in the short term, while the price of XRP is also playing out another major rejection from this exact line of resistance here. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before taking a look at the Bitcoin and crypto charts today, taking a quick look at the US stock market today. This is the S&P 500 index on the 4-hour time frame, and I'm recording this video right as the stock market's coming to a close, not just for the day, but of course the week, because obviously the stock market's closed over the weekend, and over the last couple of days here, we've continued the short-term pullback, especially over the last one day, continuing the pullback even lower, now below this previous low. We've now actually hit the lowest point in the S&P 500 index since November last year. And so obviously this is not good news for the stock market, but it's also not good news for the crypto market, because crypto and the stock market are highly correlated. Of course, it's not a perfect one-to-one correlation. So just because we see this exact bearish move in the stock market, it doesn't mean we're going to see this exact move right now at this moment for Bitcoin and crypto. But usually if the stock market trends in a certain direction, we usually see the crypto market follow similar price action, not necessarily the exact same price action. And so basically, while this US stock market is continuing to show weakness, as it has been doing recently over the last few days and really over the last week or so, of course, once again, not good news for Bitcoin and crypto, and it's very unlikely that we'll see a huge bullish breakout towards the upside for Bitcoin and crypto anytime soon, while the US stock market is looking like this. So for the bulls out there, for the Bitcoin bulls out there, for example, thinking we're going to have a major bullish breakout, ideally we'll need to see a decent bounce and reversal in the stock market in order to even consider that as a likely scenario for Bitcoin and crypto. And so just keep that in mind throughout the video. And if we're taking a look at the Bitcoin charts today on the weekly time frame, nothing's really changed at all over the last one day. The super trend indicator is still sitting in the red, and of course we're still playing out this massive bearish divergence on the weekly time frame. But while we're technically still within a longer term bearish trend, a multi-month bearish trend, which has been the case since around October 2025, of course, we've also hit oversold in the weekly Bitcoin RSI just over the last few weeks or so, which means we're likely going to play out a little more of a relief here, just a break from the bearish trend, kind of like what we saw around June to July 2022. But obviously, even though we saw a relief back then, a bit of a bullish movement over the next few weeks, that did not necessarily confirm that the bottom was in. And so that is still the situation on the weekly time frame. And if we're taking a look at the 3-day Bitcoin price chart, once again, the longer term multi-month trend is technically still bearish, but at least for now, we're still playing out that shorter term relief, mostly in the form of choppy sideways price action, but slightly leaning towards the bullish direction. And obviously I've been talking about that every day for over a month now since we hit that 60K low, which obviously we still have a lot of support at 60,000 and also at around 63,000. And we have significant resistance in between around 72,000 to 76,000. So basically in the low to mid 70K area, expect the price to struggle and likely reject from that area, is exactly what I've been warning about every day for a month now on the channel. And obviously so far that is continuing to perfectly play out as predicted. And in fact, if we're zooming further into the short term, taking a look at the 4-hour Bitcoin price chart, once again, we have this resistance here in the lower 70K area, around 71 to 72,000, which is basically the low side of this major area of resistance here at 72 to 76,000, which is pretty much exactly where the price just rejected from, as we've seen multiple times over the last 1 month or so, rejecting and struggling around that lower to mid 70K area. And obviously this short-term struggle right now is playing out after we already played out a perfect bounce from this exact area of support here, which is still sitting at around 69,000 to 69.5K. So if, for example, this pullback continues a little lower, expect support in that area in between 69,000 to 69.5k is a very likely scenario. And obviously my last video that I posted just yesterday, I said it's extremely likely that sometime within the next 1 or 2 days, we'll see another retest of this resistance and move towards the upside to try and take out this liquidity here, which just over the last 1 day has now exactly played out. Obviously, we've now wiped out this liquidity that I've been targeting over the last few days, which was sitting at close to 72,000, more specifically around 71.9k. And so once again, just over the last 1 day, we did see that liquidity grab, simply wiping out the liquidity that was building above the price. But obviously, the moment we wiped out that liquidity at give or take 72,000, once again, we started to struggle in this major resistance. And while the price was running into this major resistance after we had already wiped out that liquidity, alongside all of that, once again, we're continuing to see the pullback in the US stock market, which are all reasons pointing towards this continued struggle right here, and obviously a slight little rejection playing out right now from this major area of resistance. And so all of this price action that has been playing out over the last 1 day should not be surprising. If you watched my last video, this is pretty much exactly what I talked about in my last video before it all played out. And so right now, my prediction moving forward is the price to simply enter back into this range right here. In other words, likely going to pull back a little more, not necessarily have a huge crash, but potentially come in for another retest of this area of support in the coming hours or days here within the next 1 or 2 days is a very likely scenario. Once again, at around 69,000 to 69.5k is a likely scenario here, testing into around that area. But we also have to be aware of new liquidity that is building above the price of Bitcoin here in the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. This time around is building at around 74.1k approximately. So obviously just above 74,000, we now have new liquidity building right there, which means not necessarily right this moment, but maybe in a couple of days from now, for example, it is likely that we could ultimately try and move back towards the upside to try and take out that liquidity. Once again, there's no such thing as a 100% guarantee, but usually the price tends to move towards where there's a lot of liquidity to wipe out those levels. But once again, just for the next 12 to 24 hours in the immediate short term, I do expect the price to cool off a little bit now that we're struggling at this major resistance here, and due to the fact that we only just started to build this liquidity at around 74,000. So that will likely take at least a few days before we try and move towards that level. But over the next 24 hours, I do expect the price to struggle a little bit here in the shorter term, especially due to how the US stock market finished off the week, obviously looking very weak right here, which is not going to be very good news for Bitcoin and crypto for the weekend, showing most likely a bit of weakness for the weekend. But then potentially, for example, depending on how the stock market opens up again on Monday, if, for example, we start to see a slight little bounce on Monday or Tuesday in the US stock market, then that could potentially be the catalyst to point towards the next liquidity grab to wipe out that major level of liquidity here at just above 74,000, potentially in the new week. So not necessarily in the next 1 day, but maybe in a few days from now, if ideally the stock market plays out some sort of bounce, once again, we'll likely come back up for another test of this resistance. And then once again, especially in the low to mid 70k area, expect the price to start to struggle again in that area. So overall, that is my exact prediction for the next 12 to 24 hours here. And the next couple of days is a likely scenario, depending on how the stock market performs. And of course, the longer term trend in this larger range has not changed over the last 1 day. And obviously, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of Bitcoin or any crypto, you need to be set up ready to go on a crypto exchange. And if you use the first link below the video in the description and in the pinned comment, that first link below the video will take you to this page right here over on the 2bit crypto exchange, which by the way is a no KYC exchange and is an exchange that I personally use myself from time to time. And simply just by using that first link below the video to actually make your 2bit account, you can take advantage of up to $3.5 million worth of a prize pool that's happening right now for the next 2 to 3 weeks now. And simply just by trading crypto, you could potentially take advantage of this major prize pool here. And on top of that, there's also exclusive bonuses that are only available if you're using that first link below the video to actually make your 2bit account. So as you can see right here, obviously you can get an extra 200 USDT, up to an extra 200 USDT in actual withdrawable stable coins here, just simply by trading crypto using that first link below the video. So obviously if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, once again, you might as well check this out, take advantage of this. Once again, first link below the video. And remember, 2bit is also a no KYC exchange. But with that being said, taking a quick look at the Bitcoin dominance chart on the daily time frame. And right now, yes, we can see short-term bullish moves and short-term bearish moves, but overall, we're still just bouncing around relatively sideways on the price chart, as we can see for the Bitcoin dominance on the daily time frame, which means it's likely that a lot of the altcoin market on average will still likely perform very similar to whatever Bitcoin does. So basically just follow my Bitcoin prediction here in the shorter term to figure out what is likely going to happen for a lot of the altcoins in the short term. And if we're taking a look at Ethereum on the 3-day time frame, obviously it's a very similar situation for Ethereum on the 3-day chart compared to Bitcoin on the 3-day chart. So the longer term trend technically still bearish, but we're also still perfectly playing out this oversold signal in the 3-day Ethereum RSI as predicted over a month ago in the form of mostly choppy sideways price action, but slightly leaning towards the bullish direction. Obviously perfectly playing out right here, continuing to perfectly play out right here, but also still running into major resistance, especially this resistance here that I've been warning about for over a month now, sitting in between 2150 to 2250. And if we're looking at what happened over the last one day, that is the exact area on the price chart where the price perfectly rejected from, the exact area that I've been talking about every day for over a month now. And so once again, continue to expect strong resistance in between 2150 to 2250 and expect strong support if the price gets back down here at just above 1.8k, more specifically around 1820. So for now, we're still just bouncing around in this sideways price range, bouncing between this support and this resistance, at least here on the daily time frame. And if we're zooming further into the short term, taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, we actually saw a short-term breakout above this short-term area of resistance here just over the last one day, which was sitting at around 2080 to 2.1k. But remember, we have this massive resistance here in between 2150 to 2250, which we just rejected from over the last one day. And as we can clearly see right now, the price of ETH, as I've recorded in the video, is now retesting this crucial area on the price chart based on previous resistance, which possibly could act as a bit of support here. And that's sitting at, once again, 2080 to 2.1k. But if we start breaking back below $2,080, especially if we confirm candle closes here on the 4-hour time frame below that level, and especially if we fail to get back above that area, in that situation, of course, that would invalidate this short-term breakout. In other words, we'll just be breaking further back into the previous sideways price range that we've been in for over a month now, and would likely drop back down towards close to $2,000, around 2010 to 2020 as the next short-term level of support to watch out for if we actually start to confirm a break back below around $2,080. And remember, Ethereum will likely just follow whatever Bitcoin does in the short term. So pay attention to what my Bitcoin prediction was here in the short term to figure out what is likely going to happen for Ethereum and a lot of altcoins, at least in the short term moves. But remember, all of these short term moves here, whether they're bullish or bearish, is still occurring within a larger sideways price range that we're still currently in. And if we're taking a look at XRP on the weekly time frame, obviously the much larger trends, the longer term trend is clearly still bearish, but in the somewhat shorter term here, we're still running into this massive area of support, still sitting in between $1.30 to $1.40. So not a lot changed here on the weekly XRP price chart over the last one day. And if we're taking a look at the very short term moves here on the 4-hour time frame, just over the last one day, obviously XRP followed a lot of the market right now with that short term bullish move following Bitcoin, etc. With that short term bullish move, the liquidity grab towards the upside until we hit this exact line of resistance that I've been talking about. And then we pretty much perfectly rejected from around that exact area. Obviously, over the last few days, I said watch out for around $1.45, $1.44 to $1.45 as a key level of resistance here in the short term, and pretty much to the nearest cent, that is precisely where the price of XRP just rejected from over the last one day. And so in other words, XRP is still just bouncing around in a relatively sideways price range. Of course, we do have a descending line of resistance. It's not necessarily a horizontal line of resistance, but it's relatively horizontal. It's not extremely descending. Obviously, the gradient is fairly flat right here. So we're still basically in a bit of a sideways price range for the price of XRP, bouncing between support and resistance. Once again, still expect strong resistance at around $1.44 to $1.45 and expect a lot of support in this area if the price continues to pull back, which is sitting in between $1.30 to $1.35, acting as a crucial area of support. And if we're taking a look at the price of Solana on the 3-day time frame, it's a very similar situation here. Once again, longer term bearish trend, technically still the case, but we're still playing out this oversold signal in the 3-day Solana RSI, exactly as predicted over a month ago, in the form of basically choppy sideways price action, but very, very slightly leaning towards the bullish direction since around a month ago, as we could see, bouncing between this support and this resistance. So not a lot changed on this chart over the last 1 day. And if we're zooming further into the short term, taking a look at the 4-hour Solana price chart, just over the last 1 day and pretty much over the last few hours, we're now perfectly struggling and perfectly starting a rejection from pretty much this exact area of resistance I've been warning about, in between around $88.70 to $90.70 approximately. And so once again, we're basically just at the high end of the sideways price range that we've been in over the last 1 month. We're clearly still pretty much range bound for the most part on the price of Solana on the price chart right here. And so obviously at the high end of the sideways price range, if we're going to remain in the range, this is the area where we are most at risk of seeing some sort of turnaround or the price struggling or seeing some sort of rejection, at least in the short term moves here for the price of Solana. So this type of move right now that's playing out should not be surprising at all. This is what we've seen time and time again for over a month now, and vice versa. If we ultimately make it back down towards the lower end of the range, obviously this is the area where we are most likely going to see some sort of bounce or turnarounds to the bullish direction. And this lower end of the range is sitting at just below $80 in the mid $70 area, mid to high $70 area, acting as crucial support. And I would also expect at least some short-term support around these lows just here, sitting at roughly around $84.50 to $85 as another level or area of support to watch out for, at least in the short term here. And ultimately, once again, Solana will likely just follow very similar price action to whatever Bitcoin does in the short term. So keep that in mind. And if we're taking a look at the price of Chainlink on the 3-day time frame, obviously it's a very similar situation here, still in a longer term bearish trend, but the shorter term or short to mid-term situation is that we're still playing out this oversold signal exactly as predicted over a month ago here in the 3-day Chainlink RSI, in the form of mostly choppy sideways price action, but slightly leaning towards the bullish direction. And right now we're still bouncing between this support and this resistance, which I've not changed for basically a month now on the channel. Obviously still have strong support in between around $7.90 to $8.50, and strong resistance in between $9.50 to $10. And if we're looking at where the price rejected from over the last 1 day, we pretty much rejected from that exact area on the price chart in between $9.50 to $10. So basically continue to expect the price to struggle or reject from this resistance and likely bounce from around this support, remaining in this range at least for now, at least for the coming days, possibly even another few weeks. And once again, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of any crypto, get set up ready to go using those links below this video to those exchanges if you want to take advantage of massive bonuses that are only available using those links to certain exchanges like 2bit, for example. And if you want to actually know how you can trade these moves no matter what direction the price goes, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen, because the video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.